vibe is right. We can talk about anything you like. Just listen. Take a walk right over to my kitchen. What you wanna do? Come mix it up with the stew. So tell me what you wanna do. Come mix it up with the stew. Yeah, come mix it up with the stew.
Oh my God. Wow.
Look at that. We're having fun already, and
God.
the day and the week hasn't even started yet. Welcome to the stew. Woo! I'm your co-host, Les.
I'm Pat.
And I'm out of breath.
And rightfully so. We had a lot of fun just now, I must say. And boy, do we have a great show in store for you. We've got for your entertainment, as well as a very special guest for our Man Crush Monday. But first, we got the boiling point to get into some hot topics. And what's on your mind, Tap?
Well, first of all, it's the first Monday in November. Is it the first Monday in November?
Yes, it is.
Because
Okay.
November.
I had a brain fart moment just now.
First was the
Okay, it's the
Tuesday.
first Monday in November, and November is officially a no shave November. If you're on social media, you'll see that hashtag a lot, where the men's, and I meant to put the S on, the men's
Let me tell you how
are
I
keeping
feel
their
about
beards. I am so team beard gang. So the men basically don't shave their beards. I love it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about men with beards?
Well, men with beards is fine.
It's so sexy.
As long as it's, kept well and clean shaven.
Definitely.
and
But you know what I want to know? Well, since the
manicure.
men have no shave November, I think gender equality, the women should get it too, because I'm sorry, I'm tired of shaving my legs.
No, it's okay.
Nair smells bad. Razors are expensive, at least the good ones. I mean, getting a wax is expensive and painful at times as well. So do we get a break too?
No,
we
I
should.
don't mind that we don't for
Right.
November.
Long
it can
jeans,
be all men.
Team long jeans. Yes.
No,
Keep
but
it
then
all
you should
men.
have a break and be able to own it. Like, you shouldn't have to wear long jeans, you know? You should be able to, like,
Lead the pocket, lead the
not
way.
shave
Lead the way.
and wear your shorts,
Lead the
all right?
way.
And wear your skirts
Sure.
and wear your club dresses,
Right.
all
Well,
right,
You should
ladies?
definitely be able to love yourself, and
Yes.
that leads to the next thing I want to talk about in today's
Yeah.
boiling
Let's
pot.
go all natural,
Oh, natural,
huh?
yes.
Yeah. I mean, we've got Alicia Keys out there doing her
excited.
thing with the no makeup. Like, there's an entire movement right now where ladies are just expressing themselves through absolute true beauty, their natural hair, their natural
Yes.
appearance, their
Yes.
natural
I just want to
everything.
say, Alicia Keys is lying. She wears bronzer. She's lying. She wears bronzer. I don't care what no one says. Go and look up whatever photos, and she wears
I think it's
freaking
concealer.
bronzer.
It's concealer.
But that's not makeup.
You need concealer, honey.
But you know what, though?
Exactly.
Just
But
saying.
she can pull it off. I gotta say though, hats off to Alicia Keys. Like, she's an absolutely
No,
beautiful
she's like one of
woman.
those girls who post pictures on Snapchat with the eyeliner or whatever, like they sleeping. I'd be like, good night. We know you don't go to sleep like that, and we know you don't wake up like that. You're lying.
I think at most she's doing probably concealer.
Yeah, she is. But
Yeah.
even, you know what? I don't have a problem with
That's
the no
fine.
makeup
Yeah,
movement.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I love it.
fine if you're, I think it's good too. Well, one, skincare is important to take
Yeah.
care of your skin. I love a good beat. My spirit animals are dry queens, so I will bring on all the highlight, contour, whatever, lashes out to hair, honey. But, if I don't see anything wrong with the no makeup movement,
Yeah, I
honestly.
love it.
But I don't like to see people hating on persons who wear makeup as well. Like, I see guys on
Yeah.
Insta be like, oh, take this girl to a swimming pool on the first date. I'm like, why don't I take you to get an x-ray on our first date, or take you to the bank
Oh,
to see
man.
your bank account? I think it's rude.
That's
It's rude.
ridiculous.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you should have a choice.
The choice is yours.
I like being able to go makeup free. Like, you know what's interesting though, how
freeing.
much pressure I guess society puts on us,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Because literally like 80% of the time, I just want to be makeup free, barefaced. I want to walk into a restaurant, order food, and not feel like, oh
Let
crap,
me ask
I
you
gotta
ladies
be.
something though. Would you ever do the show without makeup?
Girl, challenge me one segment. One segment.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, like, honey,
So let's not
Well, you
act
know,
like
I
we
can
don't
do it.
need it.
I can do it because my eyebrows are all real. Take that, boof. Because I know some of y'all could think because I defended makeup. No, my eyebrows are real, so you could take me swimming, okay? Like,
Listen,
they
I'm
all
gonna tell
real.
you straight up.
They're all real.
I don't have anything against a woman being all natural. I don't have anything against a woman wanting to wear makeup.
Yes.
But if I'm doing this show, I'm putting some makeup on. If at the very least
you
some
ain't coming
foundation,
barefaced? You ain't do
some
that segment
eyeliner or something.
Do the
I don't
segment.
know.
She ain't coming to work. She's not going to come to
we
work
can
like
think
that.
about
But
that.
speaking of
think
work,
about it.
office romances.
Oh, honey took it all the way there.
Yes,
Bring it on,
let's take
darling.
it there. Office romances.
Listen, so I think, well, I'm happy you brought this up because I've been watching Mad Men too on Netflix, like binge watching Mad Men on Netflix. And one of the things I did see that was a very common thing within this series is that, Jane may kiss John down the hallway, who might be her boss.
Right.
Or, she might kiss the guy who works next door to her, in the office next door to her. And apparently it was a very common thing for people within the workplace to like date. Anyway, I thought about it obviously times have changed and it's discouraged.
Times have not changed. I mean, it's discouraged for people. Let's be real.
You
Bring up the
discourage
stats.
people.
What are the stats?
Okay, girl. So I have some stats for you guys,
Yeah,
honey
hit us up
girl.
with some numbers,
Let
honey.
me give
Yes.
y'all some stats. Okay, so Vol Career Jobs Intel Company, 51% surveyed admitted to having participated in an office relationship at some point. 64% of those said that they would do it again. Oh, shoot. People who feel workplace connections are completely unacceptable. And then 6% up from happyworker.com. Most common places to be discovered having sex at work: the boardroom, engineer lab,
Love it.
I don't have the right emoji for this.
and the office kitchen.
Let me say this much. I think it
kitchen.
is absolutely unreasonable to expect that people who are spending so much time together to not
That's true.
eventually develop
Some kind of feelings.
You, for the most
I
part,
agree.
see your coworkers more than you see your family.
You're right.
There
I agree.
are 7 days in a week you're spending
But
at
you
least
shouldn't.
5
But that
in this
doesn't mean you
environment. So what? You don't you see something
I
against it?
I don't think it's wise, especially because some people could like fool with somebody at work and play like they don't know them the next day, and then some people can't. And then what happened if you date someone at work and then you
Listen,
break up and you still have to work around
Just
them?
the problem
Right.
when you decide that you want to cut a movie on demand job. You can't
Right.
cut a movie
Well,
on demand
first of all,
job.
don't be cutting a movie next to my tuna sandwich because you said one of the common places people have sex in the workplace in the kitchen, and that ain't cool. That's unsanitary.
That is.
You're nasty.
That's
Now, I agree with Les. People are going to be spending that much time in close quarters, but my thing is, it's maturity.
Exactly.
But which most of our people lack, let's be real, and not just in the workplace, outside. If you're mature enough, like me, I'm the type of person, I date people and I wouldn't even comment on my man's like Instagram or whatever. You would never know I'm talking to the person because that's just me. I know how to control myself. I'm a private person. But most people, no.
all over the
I
place.
see you gave her 2 extra paper clips. Y'all two, what's that about? Y'all
No,
two,
I
y'all
see
two
y'all
talking.
sitting in the parking lot and in the car having y'all tuna
and then
sandwich.
right, people in
What
your
y'all was
business.
doing.
I don't think you should do it.
Yeah.
Stay clear.
It's
clear
a toss
away.
up. If you think you're a
Yeah.
mature person,
If you
I
can
think.
handle it.
But I feel it can be really risque and it can cause problems for you.
Listen, I could tell you, I've had at least 3 relationships that have come out of people that I've
Damn,
worked
Les.
with. So
Heavyweight champion.
I spent most of my time there. I'm just saying. Anyway, what are we talking about
we
now?
No,
Yeah,
well,
what-
since what I want to talk about, since we're talking
Move
about
on.
being in the office, us as modern day working women, the issues that come with not only office place romances, but also if you're in a situation, being a modern day girl boss. Like I love that phrase, #girl boss.
Yeah.
And the issues that come along with one, being a woman who's so ambitious and not maybe having enough time, you have your job, you have your kids, you have whatever. And then another big one, possibly making more money than your partner.
Well,
Everyone gone quiet.
are
on
we
that
supposed?
one.
No, but okay. I have a question. Are we supposed to feel bad about it though? If we do,
I don't think you should. You should not, honey. Get them coins.
I mean,
Get them coins. Let me tell y'all something right now. People always say, "Oh, money don't keep you warm at night. Career don't keep you warm at night." But I have never walked into BEC and paid a bill with hugs and kisses.
Hello.
honey. So you better go get them
okay
coins.
then. That's what I'm saying.
Go get them coins,
Wow,
boo.
wow. Okay, well, I have a little stat here to add to the conversation. 38% of heterosexual American marriages, the woman out-earns her husband. Now, we know these are American figures. We can try to apply them to the Bahamas because we know a lot of households here are actually headed by women. So I'm going to assume like a lot of women in the Bahamas know what it is to handle their own and be on their own.
Yep.
Does it matter to you if you make more money than your boyfriend or your husband?
I don't think
Should it matter?
I don't think. For
don't
me,
think it
it
should
doesn't matter, right? Because what matters to me most is that you are handling responsibilities that we agreed upon. So if we've discussed, let's just say I'm with a guy or I'm married. I'm with a guy, we're married, I'm sharing his space, and we pay bills. If we come to an agreement that these are the bills that we're going to pay and this is how we're going to pay it, I don't think I necessarily care about how much you make. I'm concerned about you holding up your end of your responsibilities and being, the support system that I need you to be, physically, financially, emotionally, all of those things. So it's a part of the big picture.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Do you think Bahamian men, do you think they're willing to be with women who make,
men can't
because
take
this study said that men who are entirely dependent on their girlfriends or wives are 5 times more likely to cheat than men who earn the same amount as their partners. Now that's 5. We're talking about American men. Let's talk about Bahamian men. So that's 5. You do that times. 5 times 3. 15 times more likely to cheat.
It is so interesting.
Math system over here.
I actually had a conversation very recently with a group of individuals, and there was a gentleman in the group who said flat out, I'll be honest, ladies, we are relieved when you decide that you are going to pay for something on your own.
Some men, that's damaging to their ego because they feel
I'm sure it is. But then how insecure are you?
Yeah,
what are you doing with your life? I mean, come on now.
You better know who you dating, girls.
That's what I'm saying.
Look out for the signals, if he acting a little sideways and stuff.
Don't be salty.
But have the conversation.
If you're making more money for me than me, if I'm making more money than you, I'll still let you pay for my dinner. Because that could get me in the track or something. That's fine. If you need that to feel like a man, then fine.
But
I'll save my coins. I'm happy
that you said that, though, Tap. I'm happy that you said that because I guess that brings us to another discussion of women who do make more money than their men, but still allowing your man to be a man. And I think that's kind of what I meant. Like, even if I'm making more money than you, okay, I still want you to open my doors. I still want you to be.
Exactly. But you know what? It all comes down to the man himself. If he is secure enough within himself and he knows the kind of woman that he has, it really shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? He's still going to support her. He's still going to love her. And he's still going to do for her all the things that a man should do or that she wants.
We hope so.
I definitely agree. Well, we don't want to come off like we're bashing all the men. Men, women, boys, children, puppies, girl bosses, guy bosses. Let us know what you think. Go on our social media pages and tell us, do you think it's hard for a woman to be a girl boss? And is it a strain on a relationship when a woman makes more than a man? We'll be back with more of the stew.
We're back with the stew, and it's Man Crush Monday. We are so excited to have with us photographer and creator of the Kinky Project. Here to tell us a little more about it, let's welcome Torrell Glinton.
Hello, Torrell.
Hey.
Hello, Torrell. I'm waving my invisible hair.
Save the best for life, yeah.
So Torrell, the Kinky Project, the third time around, well, let's talk about its inception, what inspired you to create the project. In fact, describe for me, first of all, what the Kinky Project is.
Okay, the Kinky Project is a photo series that I've done that I wanted to capture and highlight the beauty of Black women with natural hair.
Hey, why, thank you.
Right.
YouTube, boo.
And you yourself, you're a naturalista.
Yes, the O.
Girl.
What I did, I wanted to do a beauty series, and I'm highlighting the face and the hair of women. And at the time, a friend of mine actually was doing the big chop, and it started with me just videotaping her big chop, her trip to the salon, and the actual cut, and that's how it began.
Yeah.
Well, what I want to know is, I know that you were also a part of the Natural is Professional campaign that addressed a very important story in the news here locally, where a young girl was kind of criticized for her natural hair by a school's principal. And natural hair has become such of a political statement and so polarizing, and usually we don't really hear Black men's point of view, or at least in support of natural hair. So I find it very interesting that you're a male expressing your point of view. I want to know, do you have males involved in the series this time around?
This time around, I actually did include a few guys. When I had the show last year, I had a lot of ladies who were asking me, "What about the guys? What about the guys?" So this time around, I did manage to find a few guys who wanted to show off their locks, and they should be featured in this series.
Awesome.
So tell us about the process. So you started with just this one particular friend of yours who wanted to capture the big chop. That turned into a photo series. You actually put out invitations to females to contact you to see if they would be interested in having you capture them with their natural hair. What was that like? Did you get a lot of response? Was it favorable? And how did that go from just the one series into phase 2 and now phase 3?
Okay, well, when I first did it, I just put a call out on Facebook asking people to send me photos to submit, and then I would choose about 10 people. I was looking for about 10.
Right.
And I really only expected to get just that 10. And when I checked my email, like that weekend, like there was so many responses.
Wow.
And like even when I check my Facebook, even now, I still find like hidden messages that I didn't see before.
Wow, from the first time?
From the first time.
Oh my.
And it's just, it's really surprising the amount of response that I've gotten from people who love the fact that they are able to highlight their hair now.
Well, speaking of the big chop, I did the big chop before. I'm natural, and that was a very surprisingly emotional experience. I don't know why, because it's just like it's freaking hair, people. But for a lot of women, it's a big decision for Black women to make the decision that we're gonna look how we were naturally, born, how the hair grows out of our head. So why do you think it's so important to have this photo series and to let people know that it's okay? Like, why do we still have to let people know that in 2016?
I think for a long time, we've been told that it's not okay to be ourselves, that you have to be lighter skinned, you have to have the really, really pretty, good hair.
Good hair, whatever that is.
In order to be considered beautiful. And that's not so. Like why should it be so? What's wrong with the way you were born? What's wrong with like the way things actually happen? What's wrong with the way the hair actually grows out of your head? And that's like the real message behind the Kinky Project. We can style it up however we like, but like ultimately this is like how your hair grows. Like we don't have to put any relaxer on it.
Right.
We just let it grow, and you are beautiful just the way you are.
For you? You seem very passionate about it. What does natural hair mean to you? What does it symbolize to you?
What it symbolizes to me is a woman who is confident in herself, who doesn't need to go into the world and adapt to its standards, but rather force them to adapt to her standard.
Yeah.
She's changing the environment rather than the environment changing her.
Well, I want to play devil's advocate for 1 second, because we were talking earlier in the show about this whole natural, no makeup movement, and some people may argue, well, I have relaxed hair, I'm confident, I love myself. Like, what would be your response to that? That women who don't wear their hair natural aren't confident, and what do you have to say about that?
It's not criticizing women who choose to go that route, It's just letting you know that this is an avenue, that this is a choice, that you don't have to submit to what is the norm, what is the standard now. It's that like what we are naturally is acceptable, it is beautiful, it is able to go into all other arenas in life, in the professional arena, in the sports arena, whatever arena you work in, whatever arena that you live in, it is perfectly fine.
What about you, Torrell? Because you yourself, as we can see, you are a naturalisto. What was that like for you, the decision to grow locks? And are you yourself ever going to feature yourself in the series?
I don't think I'll ever like do myself.
Take a selfie.
No, but that's a good
not?
question, Les. I want to know, like, have you ever, as a naturalista, have you ever been, like you said, discriminated on? How's the experience been for you?
Yeah.
For me personally, I think because I work in the arts, in the creative field, I've never really experienced it. When I made the decision to grow my hair, there was like backlash in my own home. In terms of like my family members like not knowing what I needed to do, grow my hair out.
What, they were worried for you that you wouldn't be able to get jobs or something?
They just didn't like it. They just like didn't understand like why I needed to grow my hair.
Yeah, and it's so neat.
Yeah, And well, this was like two different phases actually, because just growing your hair naturally, just like letting the afro
Yeah,
grow.
I know
stopped growing
the
it 'cause-
the awkward phase. I've been through that. Yeah,
that
that's
was
why
one
I put
thing.
on a good old hair hat.
You said a hair hat.
Yeah, just growing the hair itself was a task, and then when I decided to lock was another task. People were wondering if I was changing religion, if I was. And I'm like, no, I just wanted to see what it would look like, and I liked it, so I kept it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Torrell. We had a very interesting time with you, and we're looking forward so much to seeing the third installment of the Kinky Project. Make sure you guys stay connected with Torrell, so when this amazing series comes out, you can go and support it on T Glinton Photo. You can find him on Facebook. Stay tuned. We have more of the stew coming right up.
Welcome back to The Stew. I'm Les, and for your entertainment, I thought I'd switch things up this time around and give you my 4 top picks for November movie releases. We've got a little super action, hero, comedy, thriller, all in the mix, and released just this past weekend, Doctor Strange, which tells the story of a surgeon from New York, rather conceited, who has a car accident and unfortunately loses his touch. But what do you know? He goes to the Himalayas, meets a healer, and all of a sudden he's got these psychic superpower abilities and he's battling wrongdoers. It's starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Tilda Swinton, and Rachel McAdams. You don't want to miss it. And for these next 2 movies I'm going to talk about, I'm really excited for these November 11th releases. We have a sci-fi movie and we have a comedy. But first, let's talk sci-fi. So, a mysterious spacecraft touches down all over the entire globe. Wait a minute, where have I seen this before? War of the Worlds and Independence Day Part 1 and Part 2. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But back to the story. After these spaceships touch down all over the face of the planet, an elite team of experts is called in to investigate. Amy Adams, the lovely Amy Adams, heads this team. She's the translator and can speak to the spaceships and the spacecrafts and whoever else is inhabiting the spacecrafts, as well as Jeremy Renner stars in the movie. Be sure not to miss it. But in case you want to laugh a little, I gotta say I'm particularly excited about this one, Almost Christmas. Oh my goodness, an all-star cast headed by Monique features a family that is a little dysfunctional, a little separated, if you will, and now they're forced to come together and spend 5 whole days together. Can they do it? Can they not? We gotta wait and see, but it promises to be a barrel of laughs. I'm not gonna miss it. I hope you won't, but the legendary Danny Glover is also in the movie, as well as Omar Epps and a whole host of fantabulous African-American actors. So be sure to stay tuned for that November 11th. And finally, where are my Harry Potter fans at? Okay, coming out November 18th, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This is a spin-off from the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone from 2001 saga, expected to be the first of a 5-part franchise, if you can believe it, starring Eddie Redmayne, who is Newt, who is a magic zoologist who studies magical creatures. But of course, you know, something's going to go awry, right? Yeah, well, we definitely have to check it out. And I'm so excited because the series continues. How fantabulous is that? But be sure to catch it when it comes to local theaters or however you feel like, you know, catching a movie. But that is for your entertainment. I'm Les, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you guys once again for joining us for another episode of The Stew. And thank you to Tap, our special guest host, for joining us for yet another episode. Honey, yes. Don't forget to keep an eye out for information and details on the Kinky Project. And guys, don't forget, it is No Shave November. So I want to see those beards, Slide in our DMs.
Good Lord.
All right.
This
So
is escalating.
I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy.
When the vibe is right, we can talk about anything you like. Just listen, take a walk right over